Hey, you guys, what's going on out there? It's your girl, Pretty Sexy Jar of the brand, aka Stunner Assassin, and your girl is coming to you live with a recap slash review of House of Villains Season 3, Episode 2. Baby, when you've got nothing left, you've got nothing to lose. Okay, episode 2. As we get into the opening, wait, before we get into all that, first I want to give a shout out to Miss Kristen for liking my post over here on TikTok when I posted about episode 1 of season 3. And shout outs to Miss Jackie Christie for showing me so much love on social media, liking my videos and coming. I really, really do appreciate that, Miss Christie. And I thank you so much because from to have that come from you, an iconic TV legend, lets me know that I am doing the work, okay? But y'all, as we get into episode 2 of season 3 of House of Villains, baby, let's just say, we closed out on episode 1, going into elimination, finding out that Joey was put up and that Kristen was put up and surprisingly Miss Jackie Christie was put up, and I'm kind of looking like, wait a minute, Tyson, now what you want? What kind of smoke you got for my girl Miss Jackie Christie? But in Jackie Christie fashion, she read him his rights even though she was up there with the rest of them, and I was like, don't y'all do this to my girl. I'm liking Jackie's vibe. I'm liking the energy. And y'all, after the uh, list elimination, however this is being set up, I forgot. The hit list, on the hit list, all the villains go in the foyer of the house, and let's just say the meeting begins. The talking is happening, and we just find out that Tyson been doing a little of this and a little of that around the house, and everybody got their views and opinions, and he even says maybe he should have put up New York. And New York was like, "Wait, don't put me in it." Jackie said, don't put her in it. You made a decision. You did that." As Jackie heads upstairs, she's telling Kristen, "Don't beg him. Don't ask him." Kristen's like, "Wait, what did I do?" And then she was like, telling you, girl, don't be downstairs begging that man a key in this house. And I'm with Jackie. So yes, child. As we head on back downstairs, we see the other villains throughout the house, getting undressed. But we get a little moment between Kristen and Johnny, a little touching, a little feeling, a little laughter. And we get to see that Johnny and Kristen actually ran into each other a little bit like over a year ago, but so before they even got in the house with each other. And Johnny says, he really likes Kristen. And I feel like there's going to be like some team up going on here between those two in the house. Because the way they're sitting at the table looking real, real cozy, and ain't nobody peeping in, catching it. You see, you get it. Gotta keep your eye on the people. So, as the villains prepare to have dinner, we go back upstairs. We see Paul in his room, in his bag, getting, I guess, his items for dinner. And we see Tyson step in and ask Paul how he's doing since he did put him up for elimination as a decoy because there are alliances, of course, within the House of Villains. Did you not think that would be? And I mean, especially in a game like this, and even as a viewer, it's kind of interesting to see how they are playing the game this season in season 3. And like I said, Tyson's talking to him, asking him how he's feeling. Paul says he's cool, and they're getting into little deep details and deeds of the plan as Tyson is looking over his shoulder to see if anyone is coming in. So we see Drita and Kristen talking in the room, and she says, you know, Tom's used to having a reading man, and I think Tom and Tyson are like in an alliance because he's used to always having someone around, and like they're in the room, they're talking. We see Tyson and Tom, and then we get like a parody of them being like of a late 80s, early 90s sitcom about two bros that live together. Kind of interesting. It was a nice little parody. And then we go throughout the house. We see Johnny in the room talking to Amy. And baby, let's just say they're having conversation. They talk about the vag, and she said now she knows why all the men go on Love Island. It's because they're horny. Who would have thought it? And Johnny kind of gives us a little backstory into why he is deemed a villain because on Love Island, what he did, but he says he loves love, and what can you do about that? And then we go back to Drita, Jackie, and Krista's room, and baby, the ladies are talking, but as we see, it's lights out. So as we close out from that day, and now we go into day three, the villains have a new challenge, and let's see what it's going to be. So yes, it's the next morning, and we are in the kitchen, and baby Miss Drita, and Plain Jane are making breakfast, and baby, come to find out, Plain Jane shares with Miss Drita that Plain is Russian and Miss Drita is Albanian, and it's kind of interesting because they are in the same area. Okay, and we get like a connection and a joke. Okay, Miss Plain Jane, I caught that about the Bears. You had breakfast with some Bears. Okay, have breakfast with the Bears, and it's just interesting to see if things are going out of the house. We see Tyson talking to New York. We see Plain Jane come outside and have conversation with Paul. And we're seeing that Miss New York is aligning herself with Tyson, which is very, very interesting because I think this is going to be an interesting alliance. And just seeing the conversation that Paul and Plain Jane are having off to the side about, how you show up in the world and how people see them and how they understand who they are. It's interesting to see. Baby, I can't wait to see what is going to go on in today's challenge. So then, you guys, we cut back inside the house, and we're upstairs, and we are with Miss Jackie Christie and Christina. And baby, Jackie is plotting on Tyson, which I do not blame Miss Jackie because she told Christina, like, how you gonna put us both up for elimination? And you see how ain't nobody really talking to us, and they all downstairs. Miss Jackie was peeping tea in game. She was like, you see what they doing? So you know what? Drita bump with us. We gonna lock in. We gonna become, a little duo, trio, and we gonna make this thing work. And Kristen's like, yeah, we are. I see it. I hear you, Jackie. She's like, you know what? They're gonna be sorry they messed with us because why you put us up for elimination? Why you put nobody else up? Why you put us on the hit list? She said she's ready for today's challenge. And matter of fact, she's going to shower, wash her hair, shave her kitty cat, and baby, game is on. And she told Miss Jackie, let's keep it shuffle. And Miss Jackie was like, what's a Cupid shuffle? And which I was too, Miss Jackie, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, girl, what's that? And she was like, a plan or knock them out the game. I said, okay, all right, come on. Okay, I see the alliance. Come on, girl power. The villains got to do what the villains got to do in the house. I'm just saying, clock it. So y'all, all the villains are downstairs. They're trying to get a drink made from Tom. Tom's like, let's get everybody that's on the hit list one because they're gonna need it. They're on the hit list. Next thing you know, a lady busts into the house. Somebody's her house. A man come from upstairs. Another lady come in the room. Find out they sister and sister saying their mama dead. They done created ashes. Come to find out their mama bust in the house. She ain't dead. She's actually in love with the man that was married. Oh my God. Exposed to her daughter. Then we get another man come in. That's her son. But he also is in love with the man that came from upstate. Baby, basically, we got a telenovela, and then Joe pops out. He's like insane. And y'all, the challenge I know is going to be wild because what I just witnessed and what I just experienced with my two eyes, television, pure entertainment. Y'all, the challenge has begun. They're setting up. Jackie is fanning. Jackie said she got heart palpitations, which, babe, let me tell you something. Jackie said this is a whole different type of level. And before we close out, we get the iconic moment from her in Basketball Wives. If you remember the season when the dress was made too tight, and Jackie was telling people she could not breathe, and babes, if you know, you know. And baby, it's we get prepared for this challenge, and it twists and turn because not only does Jackie have to get up for this challenge, so does Kristen and Paul. So baby, this is going to be very, very interesting because what are they gonna have to do? Like, are they gonna have to plead their case? Are they gonna have to act? Are they gonna have to remember something from the scene and question and answer? What is the challenge? Come on, House of Villains. So yes, yes, yes. As they get into the challenge, of course, it was Q&A. They had to remember everything that happened from the telenovela that they had witnessed, these soap opera dramatics, and let's just say, baby, I was in the game. I was trying to get the points. First Christina was in the lead. She started off. She was hitting it. She got it. Cause I remember the slap girl. I was like, yes. She came in. She was ready. Then, as the questions kept going, baby, our girl Miss Jackie Christie started tying with Paul. They was like Nick and Nick, but they all ended up tying. So they only had one question left to break the tie. And so Paul is safe, and Paul's like he's got a target on his back because he's like now he don't know if everybody's like questioning like if they need to watch him or if they need to team up with him. It's quite interesting, but we go upstairs. Jackie is brushing her hair in the room, and Kate comes upstairs. Kate checks in with Jackie. Jackie shares, how she's feeling about the experience and how she felt about the challenge. And let's just say Kate had three rules from Miss Jackie, and Kate respect the icon, respect the legend. That's all. Notes dot pen. And as they are moving through and going through the house, we catch Tyson outside talking to Kristen, and he's telling her that she is safe. So what I'm saying is, oh, you trying to boot my girl Jackie out, Mr. Tyson? Don't do that. Let's not play that type of game. This is the House of Villains. But we see my girl Miss Jackie. She goes upstairs. Her and Miss Tiffany, aka Miss New York, are talking, and Jackie is just asking Miss New York how did she feel like when this happened to her in the house. And Miss New York says she was a witch to everyone because she was just like, y'all trusted me home. And she said it didn't really work in her favor. But I think them just having this moment, woman to woman, and like Miss New York told Jackie, everyone likes her. She said, unlike her, she wasn't everybody's cup of tea, but they like Jackie. I mean, come on. So it is the night of elimination, and baby, let's just say all the villains are in separate places working their magic, especially our girl, Miss Kristen. She is outside with Miss Drita, Kate, Plain Jane, and Johnny. And baby, everybody's asking how they're doing. Plain is telling Miss Kristen, like, girl, I'm voting for you. You can stay here, love. Like, you're everything. And she is very happy and very giggly about it. But then she pulls Johnny to the side and goes to have a little conversation with him because she says she wants to secure her spot and being in the house. And she knows that he likes her. So, why not? As they go off to the side and have their conversation, we see her working her charms, slinging her hair, flashing those beautiful eyelashes like, hi, babes, what's going on? I see you, Miss Christina. I see you, girl. And, she says she has a boyfriend, but, he doesn't need to know that because she wants to stay in the house and, you know, hey, an alliance is an alliance. And she told him she hadn't went up to no one and said she wanted to have an alliance. And it's like very interesting because everybody's having all these like secret alliances. Okay, House of Villains. I see y'all. But while they're having that conversation, we didn't see Plain Jane and Kate also having a conversation off to the side. And Kate's like, "Who do you think you voted for?" And Plain's like, "Are we on the same wavelength? Are we on the same bag?" And Miss Kate says yes. And baby, as you see throughout the house, things are getting sticky. Miss Drita is in the kitchen cooking and throwing down. I just know the food is delicious and smells good. Baby, but then we go upstairs and we see my girl, Miss Jackie Christie, talking to Mr. Johnny. And baby, let's just say the conversation got quite interesting because T got a little dropped and a little nugget. And let's see what Johnny's gonna do with it now that he knows Christie has a boyfriend. And so, y'all, we then go back outside and we see Kate, Amy, and Plain Jane. And the next thing I know, I hear, "Do you know what a bussy is?" A bussy? Girl, on TV? All right. And y'all, it was not the night before elimination. Actually, it was like the day before. We're going into the next day. So good morning to the villains. We see everyone getting up, getting ready, and baby, let's see what is fin to take place. Child, things is getting sticky, icky in the house. When I tell you the villains is all swarming around, everybody want to know who voting for who got more votes for who signed on who, trying to see who voting for who, trying to see who signing for who to keep who in the house. Baby, it's so much tea being spilled in the house of villains, so much backstabbing, so much Chris and crossing. It's like, wait, it's just too much tea at one time. But I do respect Miss Drita for telling Tyson, like, she's going to vote for Jackie. She messed with Jackie. Her and Jackie have a good time, which they do. And I really would like a show probably with Drita and Jackie, like a road trip or something, because they seem like they would have a really good time. Just an idea. Um, and I've been calling Miss Ashley Amy. I'm so sorry, Miss Ashley. But we see, she's in the room. She getting the tea from the boys about some things that went on. Tom shook Miss Jackie's hand last night. Jackie took it as that he was gonna, keep the her in the house. Baby, the information is spreading with the villains, and I am here for it. Okay. So we have been summoned. It is time to start the ceremony, you guys. And let's just say this. And I'm trying to figure out And I'm trying to figure out, like, we getting summoned, okay? Everybody going to the briefcase room. All the villains is here. Tyson finna take his super villain seat. We got people pleading their cases. Kate is like, she don't really got a case to plead, but she gon' I don't even know why I said that. This is not Kate, Christina. Because really, Kate should be in that chair. I'm just saying, as me watching as a viewer, why didn't nobody put Kate up? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But Christina's giving her plea and it's whoa and it's not really giving that because she's like she's got this in the bag. She just secured the bag. Okay, she in here like swimwear. And come to find out, not really, because Jackie got up there and she told him, she's like, look, I'm not gonna beg y'all. She's like, I feel like I'm doing a drug deal. I can turn 20 to 40, 40 and 60, 60 and 80. I was like, okay, Jackie, let them know. And babes, next thing you know, we see everybody go into the back, into the rooms, and they are selecting who they want. But Miss Ashley said she's gonna have to stick with the boys. So we know she did vote for Miss Jackie to go. And her vote was the only vote that we seen. Paul was like, so how do we do this? We vote for the person who wants to stay or go. And I'm just like, House of Villains. And then we end on not even knowing who got banished. Y'all, it has been your girl, Pretty Sexy Jar with the brand, aka Sonic Assassin, House of Villains, Season 3, Episode 2. When you've got nothing left, you've got nothing to lose. And baby, if that ain't the truth, Until next time, y'all. Bye.